Hi guys, this is Vince. I'm gonna be talking about side B a little bit, and give you guys a little guide to using the move and taking advantage of everything that you can from all the different variants, and teaching you about um, little like differences in like positioning and stuff, and just help you get every single use out of the move. Um, it's probably gonna be around like 5 like tips or so, something like that. Um, First thing I want to talk about at low percents, um, you can set up a true platform tech chase situation depending on the angles that you have. So, real quick, I'm gonna set some mash toggles to jump so we can see where they can jump and where they can't. So, usually, if you do side B up like this, they can get out most of the time and just jump. Like, you see how he's just jumping away if I use the up variance. But if we actually do the first few swings as just the neutral swings, and then up on the last one, it will actually force the tech situation. This is because the first few up swings will actually propel the character into the air. As you see, Chrom is airborne. So naturally he's going to be launched higher up into the air since he's already off the ground. But if you do use the first 3 swings as just neutral, he'll stay on the ground for most of the time. Just enough so that you can send him onto the platform like that. And then you can follow up with an up air. Hold on. Try to get a read on him. Bam, true combo. So you can do that in positions where you're side being like from the corner, or like just barely away from the corner if you're like at this spacing. Or maybe not exactly that spacing, but just something like that. I think he's set to be DIing away as well. So usually like from this position, or even like mid-screen like this, if you don't want them to be on the ledge like this, if you would rather go for the combo potential, you can opt for that as well. And then get pretty good damage off that, as long as you're ready for it and have the right read. Other ways you can use this, it's pretty good as an anti-air alone. You can see, especially the fourth swing covers a decent amount of range. It stays out for about 4 frames or something like that. Really, really good hitbox here. This is completely covering Roy. So if you ever see like somebody obviously wants to like fall on you and they're jumping into you, you can just like back up a little bit. And you also have just the pleasure of doing it like instantly at any time. Oh, frame by frame kind of messed that up. But you can just turn around during any point of your dash. It doesn't matter where it's at. You can just go ahead and start swinging and cover that little vertical and horizontal space as well. Mostly for catching airborne opponents, though. Another way you can use this, if you're kind of just like doing it on shield, there's a few tricks to get either through your opponent or to space yourself farther away. So we're going to turn the mash toggles off. Just going to set them to shield. And try to put the shield on infinite, hopefully. There we go. Oh, I don't. Can we keep him holding this? Oh, I forgot I have to turn that off. I think I also have a up air mash toggle somewhere in here. Yeah, I have to turn that off. There we go. It should be good. Yep, he's just gonna hold shield. Alright, so a few things to note. First thing is to see, to tell where your side Bs are gonna put you. You can like use little parts of the stage to tell, kind of like this here. If I always start from this position, and just to make sure that you don't accidentally tap like forward at all during the side B, you can just throw a move out and then just hold side B. So we're gonna do that for determining how far we go with our character models. So the first two swings are usually the same. You're gonna end up right here in this spot. You see his left foot is like kind of like in this circle area on the ground. Side B up should be the same thing. If I can get the side B up, there we go. Yeah, same spot. Then we go to side B3. Right there, just a little bit past the circle. Same thing there. This is where the differences start coming in. So right here, we're gonna do side B neutral, or up, same thing. Then we're gonna do down. And you see, instead of his foot going past that little small circle on the ground, it stays in place. So neutral will push him a bit further. Up will push him a bit further. But down will keep him in place. So that's pretty important. If you notice that you're just a little bit too close, you can back up a little bit and make sure you're not closer than you want to be. And if they're too afraid to do something out of shield, then you got yourself in like a better situation than if you were to use one of the other variants, because at this point you're too close. Just save it right here. And you're at a good like fixed distance instead. So that's like the third thing. Another trick is if you're really close to the opponent, you should be able to. I don't know if it depends on if the shield is low enough or not. Oh yeah, there we go. So side B sometimes has cross-up potential. It depends on the character models and stuff like that. But I should put myself back over here for just this one example. I forgot to go over side B4. Side B4 is like let's do this real quick. I'm gonna move a little bit more forward. Okay, this is good enough. So side B3 puts our foot a little bit like right on top of this blue line here. We already went over this stuff. Gotta go over side B4. Side B4 puts us right here. At the start of that bigger like blue line. Side B up puts you really far. So that's why that kind of has okay cross-up potential, just depending on different like character stuff. Like look at how much farther that is than neutral 4. It's really good. Puts you all the way into that like middle like diamond spot. And then side B down is like similar to neutral 4, except I think it pushes them a little bit farther. And it also is good for if you're doing it on shield. It'll low profile you a little bit, so it can catch someone trying to like jump out of shield or something and trying to swing on you. And like if you're really like super close, like this should be able to cross up sometimes, yeah. Yeah, it looks like if you do all side B up, it can potentially cross up, and a lot of players aren't going to be ready for that most of the time. So you can, like, don't spam this. Just keep it in your mind as a mix-up if, like, you're just way too close during your side Bs. If, like, you side B in like this. And if you do any other variant, you're probably not going to fall through. Unless you're already, like, at this, like, spot right there, where you're basically just jumping over them anyway. So just keep that in mind. If you're trying to pass through someone, you could just boop right through. And that's like almost it. I think there's one or two more things I can go over. Set them to air dodge. I don't know if we can set the percentages up higher than this or not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna try to... Oh, I forgot to take the shield off. Yeah, should be good now. Okay. I'm gonna build his percent a little bit. Hopefully this isn't too high. Okay, I'm just gonna do this the normal way, I think. Just put him like 80 or something. You can, yeah, there we go. I got it. So you can, intentionally, if you do like jab side B, you can miss the third side B and still have time to hit the fourth one if you're good enough at it. Kind of like that. And it looks like you don't... Usually I do the down input. I don't know why I'm messing it up right now. But basically the point of doing this is... Oh, I have stale moves on. So that you don't stale all your hits. Because side B stales individually. I'm going to put the combo thing on real quick. Usually, I'll take stale moves off just for an example. The last hit did 7.2 damage there, but with the staling turned on, it did 5.3 because each hit will stale individually. So if you miss the third swing on purpose, you basically want to, like, you do jab. Let me do this in frame by frame, I guess. Jab. Let's get the run out. Side B. Side B here. Miss it. Barely messed it up in training. But you guys see what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you just want to skip the third swing and hit the fourth one just so it has more kill power and it doesn't go in the stale queue. So you only have 3 hits in there instead of 4, which will make it more powerful. Technically, it won't deal as much percent, but you're not missing out. It's only like 4%, if anything. And you would rather have the kill power anyway. It also can low-key make it like connect more reliably sometimes too. Because if you're trying to do it like all the hits, sometimes it can be difficult because each hit sends them up a little bit, and then you get the sour spot on there. So if you do it like that, it can also just connect better, which is crazy. I think that's just about everything. I think I've hit like almost every check mark. Other things like similar to the first thing that we went over with the platform tech chases, you can also just use every up angle to send them at a higher launch, so that you have a better time juggling them. And then just like go for an up air, like if they don't air dodge or something, or if they try to fight you out of the air. You can use side B down if you want to, but personally I don't prefer this. I know other Roys have preferred it, like Mugen does it a lot if he's comboing out of something. And he just prefers having the percentage over stage control or the juggle situation. Honestly, it's kind of up to you. I prefer having either the ledge, which it always puts them to, with side B neutral, or you can get the juggle situation. And I think both of those are more rewarding than side B like downwards like this. And I think you should only really use side B down if it's on shield, because it's a good shield mix-up. Technically, it's the least safe of the few, because it has the most amount of lag. Like, you can see I'm holding shield the whole time, and it takes quite a while for him to recover. Neutral is pretty laggy too, and then up is the least laggy of the few. And you can act pretty fast out of that one. And the other one's like not so much, especially down. I think that's pretty much everything, other than like having pretty good movement with it, because side B1 has less end lag in the air than on the ground. You can see I'm holding shield here, holding shield there. It's just slightly faster to be acted out of, so you can do it for general movement. You can go out for an edge guard, side B, throw an aerial out. Tethers, you can go out, bam, bam, something like that. You never really want to use side B like this most of the time. It's not really much point, because it's way too laggy, and you probably can't recover it from it unless you do it like how I'm doing it right now, like on the platform. Like if I do it like this, I'd like can barely or not even make it back, unless you like spam it, and even then, like it's way too risky, way too risky. Like I barely made that back, like for like just nothing. I don't know if there's much else to go over besides that. If you've made it through the whole thing, thanks so much for checking it out. I hope this gives more ideas as to how to use the move in its entirety, instead of like missing out on some key components of what the move can do like all around, instead of just its main focus being like on the kill power and conserving it, when you could just be using it like way more, because it's a really good move in his kit. And honestly, it probably might kill anyway, even if it's a little bit staled, because it's just so strong. So you don't need to just save it for the end of the stock. To be honest, it's just so like really good option to have. Plus, the move is transcendent, so you'll never trade with anything if the two happen to come together. Like, and by trade I mean when moves clank. Like when you swing together with a sword and like you clank and nothing happens. If it happens with Roy's side B and his hurt box isn't touched, then he will always win. So I think maybe I can set him to throw something out. Like maybe I don't even know what aerial to pick. I'm just gonna set him to jab, I wanna say. Where's jab at? Jab. There we go. Mash in neutral. So you can see how we clank here if we... Oh god. This is funny. I'm really like trying. You see how they clank? Side B will just win. You can even see it like potentially touching the hitbox as well. Even if you go frame by frame here. Go ahead and there's Clank. I'm gonna try to get this out. Oh. Boom! Roy wins. So yeah, good little thing to know about that move. So you don't have those like sword properties that you usually have on your normals. There you go. I think I covered basically everything that I could. I tried to include every single piece. Hopefully this was really insightful, and I try to touch every single base that I could. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies.